Get your asses on the motherfucking telly! Get on the telly! It's going down! Israel attacked Iran! It's going down, y'all! Get on the fucking telly! It's jumping right now! Somebody call Jackson! Somebody call Jackson Hinkle! Tell him we can meet us over there! I got the popcorn, babe! Somebody call Jackson! We need Jackson Hinkle!
We knew this was coming. We've been watching this closely. We've been warning against this. And now we have to deal with the ramifications and the consequences of what's going to happen now and how America is going to be involved in this. Because Israel just attacked Iran. They just attacked a sovereign country. They just hit dozens of nuclear and military sites inside Iran in the early morning hours, and they immediately declared a nationwide state of emergency. Iran did. Tehran reported explosions over the capital and activated air defense batteries. This is a blatant violation of Iranian sovereignty. Launching airstrikes on another sovereign state without United Nations authorization underscores why many governments label Israel as a pariah state that treats international law as optional. And you better believe Washington knew, even if they didn't pull the trigger. The White House told Israel in advance that the U.S. would not join the raid, but is closely monitoring and preparing to shield Israeli targets and U.S. bases from retaliation. So 2 U.S. senior officials confirmed that the strikes did happen, and they stressed that there was no U.S. involvement. Yet, U.S. naval assets are repositioning. So yes, U.S. taxpayers may be dragged in very soon. So let's talk about the double standards on nukes, because Israel secretly maintains 90 nuclear warheads and enough fissile material for roughly 200, while refusing all inspections and never signing the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Iran is a Non-Proliferation Treaty member under 24/7 IAEA cameras, yet Israel just bombed it under the banner of non-proliferation. So Trump admitted that an Israeli strike would happen, warning it risks a massive conflict and it would lead to the collapse of diplomacy. We've seen global markets already signaling the danger, and oil prices spiked. U.S. stock futures slid on news of the strikes. So Israel wants to be the only one to have nuclear weapons in the region. They want to dominate the Middle East. They're the only nuclear armed state, and now using conventional force to preserve that monopoly. So Israel has this history of being protected from any kind of accountability for their actions. Decades of extrajudicial assassination, cyber attacks, and now open bombing erode any norm against preventative war. And they continue to get automatic U.S. support and backing. Even solo Israeli operations routinely trigger American military, diplomatic, and financial support. And this magnifies the fallout for the entire region. This should terrify all of us. And our collective call to action is, of course, to continue calling our congressional members to halt unconditional arms to Israel and insist on real diplomacy, not this smoke and mirror stuff, because things will escalate out of control. So the Capitol switchboard number, it's 202-224-3121. You can find it in the caption, and continue to speak up.
Israel just lit Iran up. I'm talking about multiple strikes.
And then something I just heard from a senior Israeli official who says that according to Israeli assessments, there are very high chances that the entire Iranian general staff, including the head of the Iranian general staff of the Iranian military, and several senior Iranian nuclear scientists were all eliminated in the Israeli strike.
So Israel attacked their nuclear sites, some of their military zones, and even some of the top commander homes, y'all. Just got poofed. And now Iran was like, oh yeah, y'all got me f***ed up. So you already know. They're talking about retaliation. So the US quickly said, we didn't have nothing to do with this. They put out a statement. This was the statement. So they said right soon Iran got slammed by the UN for breaking nuclear rules, Israel decided to launch missiles at them. And do y'all think that's a coincidence?
We have huge breaking news right now. Israel has just launched a strike against Iran. According to Israel's Minister of Defense, he has declared a special state of emergency in Israel throughout the entire state of Israel, saying, quote, following the state of Israel's preemptive strikes against Iran, a missile and drone strike against the state of Israel and its civilian population is expected in the immediate future. Sirens are going off across Israel. Explosions are being heard across Iran right now. The United States ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, made a very unusual statement recently saying, quote, at our embassy in Jerusalem and closely following the situation, we will remain here all night. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Folks, this is very serious. Israel is striking Iran. This could be a full-scale war in the Middle East, one that we have not seen in a very long time. It's going to be a very long night. I'll be providing you updates every step of the way. This is something that many people feared. Many people didn't want Israel to do this, and yet it looks like Israel went ahead and did it anyway. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Israel is bombing the shit out of Iran right now, but the US and Israel kind of misled them and made them think that this wasn't going to happen anytime soon. And over the last few days, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, even though the talks haven't been going that well, they're supposed to be happening in a few hours from now. They've been saying Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is going on vacation this weekend. It's his son's wedding, which is on Monday at the end of the weekend, and Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be traveling to the north of Israel. So there's no way that an attack could happen, because usually those things would happen when the Prime Minister is basically, in Tel Aviv directing things, yada, yada, yada. And then Donald Trump said in the media that, yeah, like, Israel might attack Iran, but it's not going to happen anytime soon because they're not going to do it until we say that they can do it. And then Mike Huckabee Sanders, the envoy, diplomat, ambassador, whatever the hell his title is between the US administration and Israel, basically said the same thing. That, yeah, Israel might attack Iran at some point, but it's not going to happen anytime soon because we're going through these negotiations, we're going through these talks. They keep messing us around, then yeah, we might attack them. So essentially, they've tried to set up this situation so Iran would not be ready at all for an attack right now. Maybe they were, maybe they anticipated this, we will see. They're saying in Israeli media right now that, oh, they're just targeting their nuclear sites. No, they are not. Like, I have already seen hundreds of videos, hundreds is an exaggeration, more like dozens of videos, of this just happening in the middle of cities. So unless they have nuclear sites in the middle of, cities where pedestrians are walking or, just massive apartment blocks, they are not just going after the nuclear sites. They are going after just whatever they can.
We have some breaking news as Israel has just launched a preemptive missile strike on the capital of Iran. These strikes started just a few minutes ago after Israel themselves declared a state of emergency and ordered all of their residents to be prepared. Airspace over the entire country of Israel has been shut down. No incoming or departing flights from Israel's airport. These were some of the smoke clouds you could see from the missiles that Israel launched into Tehran. Here we saw something on fire, we still don't know what this is. And there are also initial reports of explosions at two of Iran's main nuclear facilities. As you can see, planes are completely avoiding Tehran because Israel will continue to bomb them throughout the night. Now, Israeli media is claiming that the operation in Iran is in coordination with the United States. However, a source told Fox News that the United States has nothing to do with these strikes, and this is going on as Trump is convening a cabinet-level meeting, bringing in the highest authority in the United States to talk about what's going on. Israeli forces are saying that this operation will last several days, and at the end of the operation, there will be no nuclear threat.
Iran and Israel are on the brink of war. Iran's defense minister has warned that all American military bases in the region will be targeted. Needless to say, everyone in the region is on high alert. Embassies have evacuated non-essential staff. Warplanes are patrolling the skies of Iraq. And then we got reports that a cyber attack by an Iranian group took down the defense websites of Saudi, Jordan, and Kuwait. There has also been heavy GPS jamming along the Iraq-Iran border. And all this because Iran refuses to stop enriching uranium, which is an existential threat not just to Israel, but to the rest of the world. The sixth round of talks between the US and Iran is on this Sunday, and Steve Witkoff is expected to present a new proposal. Intelligence suggests that Israel is willing to strike Iran if these negotiations collapse.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the State of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world. This operation is for our right to exist here, for our future and for our children's future. The State of Israel has the right and the obligation to operate in order to protect its people and will continue to do so. The IDF conducted significant preparations for this operation. We are well prepared both in defense and offense to defend ourselves. The IDF will continue to defend the State of Israel.